Hey guys, my name is Joanna, also known as Just Another Flutist here on YouTube, and today we are doing yet another practice with me. So today we are doing the airs Valaques by the same guy who did the Hungarian Pastoral Fantasy, none other than Franz Doppler. There's not much to say about this except that it's your typical showpiece. This particular showpiece uses the theme and variations type of thing with sort of like a really interesting long ending tag to it, like a two-part ending tag, you could say. Also, the very end of it doesn't have your typical you know, it doesn't have that kind of ending. It just ends on the high note. Like, that's it. I have heard of this piece before, I just haven't played it myself. When I was just looking around online for the sheet music and for the recording, I found out that lots of people use this for like international level flute competitions. You guys can download this music from IMSLP. As usual, I will put a direct link to the PDF in the bottom bar below so you can follow along. So without further ado, let's get started. I'm gonna start with my normal warm-up and we will take it from there. Oh, right. The other thing that I found out about this piece was that there are lots of low Bs. So for those of you who are wondering if you should get a flute with a B foot joint, this piece would be one of the reasons why. The recording that I listened to, I think the lady who was playing it probably had a C foot joint instead of a B foot joint because she played all of the low Bs one octave higher. It's totally a normal thing to do that. Very, very typical, and it's very accepted. So if you really don't want a B foot joint, you really don't actually have to. I love those low Bs, so I'm gonna milk them for what they're worth. Let's keep warming up. I'm gonna be doing harmonics as well. That came out so easily that I didn't even know if that top harmonic was a B flat or a G. Cool. Not a bad tone day then. Occurred to me why my tone might be this good. It's because it's been 2 weeks now since I've gotten back on my workout routine. I kind of fell off of it starting around American Thanksgiving, which is like the 3rd week of November. At that point, I ended up only exercising like 2 or 3 times a week. Now I'm doing 6 days a week, and I noticed that my core is a lot tighter right now just after 2 weeks of doing Pilates intense interval training, Pit 28 by Valaques. So without further ado, let me give a shot to this piece. That's totally not the way you're supposed to do it, but I just am not familiar with the notes here. So we're gonna keep going. Right, of course, C double sharp is D. Yes. The sharp is so small that I can only barely make out that it's a sharp. Let me show you. Look at that. I think that's a sharp though. This is just chromatic neighbor note thing happening, and then this is just a B major arpeggio going up. So I'm just going to mark that in a little bit more clearly. There we go. Okay, I believe this next part is pretty slow. Not that slow. Okay. So right there, my instinct looking at it, reading for the first time, was to do it with the correct fingering, like normal fingering, but it's just easier to do it with the C trill fingering. Okay, so the idea there is that I have to retain the triplet rhythm right there. Just got to make sure that that remains a triplet, and that is just a little flourish inside. So you have to still be able to hear the triplet even while you play it like this. I'm going to backtrack a little. Okay, so that last one is an A sharp. Okay, where are the beats here? 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, we got it. My mind is like kind of confused thinking between triplets and duples. So I immediately thought that this was actually one beat, when actually this is just one beat and then the second beat starts here. So my brain got confused from all these triplets. So I need to just slash my music here to keep track of that. Ooh, that sounds cool. With tonguing this time. That's cool. Another quick thing to mention here is, like, when you're doing a showpiece, you have to decide whether or not you use a trill fingering for one part or the real fingering for another part. So I'm actually doing a combination right here. This is going too fast to play this with the real fingering. However, this part is going too slow to play it with a trill fingering. Because if you play this part with a trill fingering, you can really hear that this note is particularly out of tune. So you have to use trill fingering here for it to be fast enough, and then real fingering here for it to be in tune. Then, I just got a notification that my laundry is finished. My boyfriend just told me, thank you, John. So when you put it all together though, it all sounds perfect. Like, you can't really tell that you're doing two different fingerings for one note. But yeah, that's what's going on there. I'm gonna do that part again. No, yeah, that's a B, not a G. The 16th note flags, I guess you could say, they were covering up the bottom line, so I thought that was a G. Okay. I did it again. So right there, the fingering is kind of weird, so I need to play with that a bit. First low B right there. So that part all needs to be done with B flat thumb. So I can put a little X there to remind myself. And then I need to slide off of it later. Okay, I need to remember to not slide off too far because I'm hitting the C sharp now. And cheat a little bit and turn it towards me a little. Oh, that part is poco rallentando, so I can take my time there. Oh. So the problem there is my ring finger is sliding off, so I actually have to kind of tell my ring finger to pull back while I'm going for the B. That's really interesting. So basically I have to do a movement with my ring finger without actually moving it off of the key. Does that make sense? Yeah. Cool. Okay. I'm gonna backtrack a bit to see if I can do all that. Ooh, that's gonna take some, like, legit practicing there. Yeah, keep sliding off the key. I noticed my index finger is also sliding off of the key. going too fast down there. Okay, so that part I need to literally train my fingers to do that part. My finger. You're not supposed to lift your finger for the E. I've trained my fingers to slide up to the E, which is what it's doing right now, but let's see what happens if I lift it up. Much of a difference. Okay, that's about as good as it's gonna get in this particular practice session. You guys can see how long that took, right? Like, I'm gonna have to do more training sessions on just that, probably for like a good few days in a row, just to train my fingers to be able to do that on command. Because right now I'm getting it like maybe 2 out of 5 times. Yeah, you see? Okay, maybe 1 out of 2 times. It's definitely not like every single time I'm nailing it, so that's definitely something that I just need to train. So this was the part that I was working on right there, that low B. My hands are so small that I need to actually kind of rework my index finger and my ring finger there along with my pinky to reach that low B. Small hand people problem. Okay, I'm gonna keep going. Make sure I got the trill fingerings correct there. Yeah. G, not an E. Okay. Very sexy. I think that's an E major scale with a little chromatic break on the bottom. No. B major. B major? Yeah, B major. Here, this is in B major. So I need to write that in. I think this is also in B major with little chromatic bits right there. That's all. Little fancy bits right there, but I believe it's just B major. I could tell from the recording too, because I was like, oh, that's just the major scale. better. Okay. Oh, fun. We're skipping down from a C sharp to a low B there. Okay. Also, I missed an A sharp. So C sharp, B sharp to C means you have to actually lift one joint of your pinky so you don't hit this C natural in between. No, opposite means that you have to hit the C sharp with the first bend of your pinky and then put down the rest of your pinky for that low B so that you don't hit the C. Yes, I got it correct this time. So my ring finger needs to curve in a really weird position there. Good thing you can take some time here, I think. No E, not E sharp. I was so distracted by all the other notes because I was wondering to myself, did I even hit those right notes? I think I did. The other thing you can do is you can cheat that low B even more by like more emphatically tonguing the low B. So just in case a little low C does come out, you can't really hear it because it's covered up by the tongue. So in this case, you could say that the safety blanket tonguing is actually written in here for you. Good guy Doppler. Yeah, that really works. Of course, I hit, very wrong note. I found out the other really nasty thing about this is that it's going from E natural to a low C sharp. That E natural, you're holding it a little bit too long to be able to play it without the pinky key down, because if you play it without the pinky key down, the tuning is completely off. So you do have to play with a pinky. So the idea is you have to slide from the pinky key down to the C sharp, but not with the meat of your finger. You have to do sort of like a weird switch like that so that you can go down to the B after that. So that's another thing that I would have to train my fingers to do. I did do it once correctly this time, but it took a lot of brain power to just kind of remind myself that that's what I had to do. What I'm doing in this practice session is trying to figure out exactly what my fingers need to do. In my second practice session for this, what I would do is go back through those parts and train my fingers to do those things that I figured out they need to do on command. I'm going to keep going now because this is already taking way too long. So this is the real theme. What we were just working on was only the intro. playing eighth notes instead of 16th notes on those parts, so I have to really keep that in mind. Ooh, so sexy. And don't you love all those low Bs? Yeah, I should just use a trill fingering there. What the heck am I doing trying to attempt the entire fingering? Okay, I didn't actually have to practice that. I just want to do it for fun because, oh, it sounds so good. I just need to review which parts I tend to play as eighth notes rather than 16th notes. I noticed in the recording, the lady who was doing it live kind of did the same thing, so I think maybe it's not that strict, but then again, it is written as 16th notes instead of eighths. This one, for some reason, I really want to play as an eighth note instead of a 16th. It happens a couple of times throughout here too. I'm at least going to try to make sure that these ones stay as 16th notes, or at least closer to a 16th note than an eighth note. So we're now making it into the variations. Okay, at this rate, we're not going to get through this entire piece. I'm leaving a whole bunch of pieces unfinished right now. It's more to just kind of give you guys an idea of like the wide range of ways to practice all these pieces. Anyway, I'm going to keep going. This is variation 1. Okay. No idea where the beats are here, so I'm going to slash them in. This is just too many notes. Here is, oh, that's only, those are only 16ths. I was playing them as 30 seconds. Da, 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 da. Oh, okay, that makes a lot more sense, because I was placing the beat here, and I was confused as to what the heck was going on there. I'll also slash my music here. Okay, you guys are probably wondering how I'm making it through this so quickly. This is just E minor. That's all it is, with a little wiggly bit down here. I should not breathe in those 16th frets. No breathing there. That breaks up the phrasing. I'm not raising my index finger there for the D sharp because it goes by so quickly. Very common little cheat that we do in showpieces. So it's very common to get confused as to what's going on here. All you have to do is treat this C as a pickup into the A, because the A is right on the half of the beat. If you think of it as bum ba da da da, bum ba da da da, so bum ba da 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 da, bum ba bum blah blah blah. Okay, does that make a little bit more sense to you guys? That's just the 7th B dominant 7 chord. That's why I'm making it through so quickly. Okay, starting to get it now. Okay, so I have to wait until the half of the beat comes up before I go down that arpeggio. Yay! Okay, so the rest of this should be fairly similar. In fact, the whole next phrase is exactly what I just played. Oh, I did those way too fast. That's actually a common problem, is to do the runs way too fast. Yeah, they're much slower than I'm doing them. So that part I need to drill a few more times. Yeah. Okay, I'm getting it now. Swallowing a few of the notes though, which is not good. So I'm gonna try not to do that. That's enough for that for now. Definitely need to train myself for that bit too. But now I know where the beats are supposed to line up. I know where I'm supposed to wait. It's just it's not my first instinct to wait for some of the beats and the half beats. So that I need to work on for next time. Maybe play one more time and then keep going. Not bad, not bad. See, that's a lot cleaner. You see how, like, if you do it separately by itself, it's fine, but when you put it back in, you just have to kind of like force yourself to remember all the things that you practiced. So you have to kind of go through that feeling of forcing yourself to do it a couple of times before your fingers kind of like remember. Your whole body needs to kind of remember how to do it all in one go. So that's where like the drilling comes into place later. But first you have to figure out what you have to do. That's what I'm doing right now. All right. Woo! So I got some syncopated goodness going on in here. It's very jazzy all of a sudden. That's weird. This is supposed to be slower, I think. Where are the beats lining up? If I counted this in eighth notes, maybe this will make more sense. Of course, I hit the wrong notes too. I think I have to like learn it and then feel it. Okay, I got it now. I was like kind of half thinking it in double time, which was confusing me. Okay, so if I do that, then there's 10 of them in there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 in one. Okay, so 5 per eighth note. Got it. Okay. Was I playing it too fast this whole time? Probably. I was totally playing it too fast this whole time. It's probably easier just to count this whole thing in eighth notes then. Or counting quarter notes first and then switch into eighth notes later, but you have to keep the same beat. That might be what I need to do. Okay, so what is that? F sharp 7. Dominant 7 to be exact. It's officially been way too long. Whew. I'm like legit sweating right now. There you have it. There's me working on a showpiece. This is like legit showpiece. I can see why people do this for international competitions. Very sexy, very lovely. I quite enjoy this and I really want to keep working on this with you guys. If you would like me to, I can actually start like a mini series within the Practice With Me series on this piece only. You guys can see me work on it from the beginning to the end. What do you guys think? I kind of like that. But I think maybe next time I will go back and finish the Gobert, then I'll come back and do this. Or maybe I can like do this piece in between doing other pieces that, you know, maybe are a little bit easier or something like that. There you have it. I hope you guys enjoyed that session. I hope you guys found it insightful. This time I found was a lot more of a workout for me. Maybe I wasn't talking as much as I could have. So I really hope you guys were actually following along because it'll make a lot more sense of what I'm doing if you're actually reading along with the music. Let me know what you guys are practicing in the comments section below. Maybe I might practice those in the future if I can find public domain sheet music for you guys. And yeah, as usual, if you guys like this video, make sure you give me a big thumbs up and hit subscribe for new videos every Saturday. My last video is over there. And if you want to catch me during the week, my social media networks are down there. But otherwise, I will see you guys next week. Bye. And yeah, as usual, if you guys like this video, make sure you give me a big thumbs up and hit subscribe for new videos every Saturday. My last video is over there. And if you want to catch me during the week, my social media... let me do that one more time. Okay. I am way too tired from this.